Good afternoon and very warm welcome to our subscribers. Today I would like to tell briefly about a situation with how to get permission to live in Russia for 2019. The situation becomes practically the same with very few exceptions. The first way is to get permission to live in Russia via the original quota. The second case and possibility is to get the permission to live in Russia through your personal wedlock, marriage with Russian citizen. And the third is to get permit to live via your business activity, via your investment in Russia, and all of that. And I would like to tell the changes in this field of the first I must mention is the original quota is a not very good way, because people who would like to get temporary residence permit via the original quota must waiting several years time. It's very long time to wait. The situation of living is changing, but it is no other ways if you've got no legal base how to get it. So you register your stay and going to the immigration department to ask them to give you the quota to get the temporary residence permit. More of that. Here is another important point and big problem for those people, because they don't understand Russian laws very good, and I face in this situation when people get the temporary residence permit and after 3 years stay in Russia and living, they cannot convert it to the permanent permit to live because they broke some immigration laws. For example, with registration formalities, or they didn't supply the necessary documents to local migration department. So this first way how to get permit to live in Russia via the quota is not very good and very inconvenient. The second way how to get temporary residence permit as a first step is to get the wedlock in Russia and through the family. It is called naturalization. It is good way, but not only to those who come to Russia as students, learn Russian languages, find the wives, for example, trying to start some business and would like to stay in Russia to connect their destinies with this country, to create families, to start up some business, maybe to work here, or trying to create their good living here. For those foreigners who coming occasionally, it is not very good way, because now the situation is a bit changing with a registration of wedlocks. And from the beginning of this year, state government structures begin to fight against the fake marriages and all of that. And that's why it's hardly to prove that your family is real in this way. So it is also not very good way. Of course, it is more convenient than the situation with the original quota, but at the same time there are a lot of bureaucratic formalities you must go through to get documents this way, to prove that this family is true, that you've got children, that you are create a real family, and all of that. And the third way how to get the permit to live via creating business in Russia, via investments, is also quite good, but not to everyone, because it's also a lot of bureaucratic formalities. You must prove to the migration department, to the tax department, and to other Russian state structures that you create a good business and you need to get the permit to live this way. All of this possible, but you need to collect a big pack of documents this way to prove your status. We can help practically in all three cases. As a consultancy, we can supply you the technical help, help you to collect documents, but I must say that it's very expensive business, with very few exceptions of your private status. If you've got Russian wife, you've got official wedlock, of course you can go and get all the documents yourself, and in this case we can only provide for you some consultancy help. But the all others, technical help with paperwork, with how to get any official Russian status, is very expensive now.